Okay, so got a quick workout in, and now I'm sitting here and I'm gonna eat. My parents actually brought me some dinner that they made. It's all kind of mashed together now, but it's roast beef with potatoes and everything. So you're gonna eat this. It was the lightest I've ever been to. Has been a long time. 199.1 pounds, I think, in the afternoon. That is disgusting. Clearly, I've not been eating enough. Not even all. Not even all. Not at all. So, clearly need to do something about that. So I'm sitting here eating food. But, man, I'm actually starting to understand when people say they feel like they can't eat. And I 100% feel it. And I'm going to prove that you can, because I want to show people that you can do whatever you want and still live a normal life. Like, yeah, working and being financially independent is definitely the most important thing. And that's the most important thing, 100%. And then be there for the people that you love. I'm not going to deny that. But I'm not overweight at all. I'm losing weight. But being healthy is still important. And I'm still being healthy. I'm just not eating enough. So the whole thing about going out and getting McDonald's and stuff like that, I don't really support it. Like, there are healthy options even if you have to go eat out. Like, if you have to go eat out, I've been eating out a lot. But literally, I'm going and having a roast beef sandwich on whole wheat bread with lettuce. Like, that's still a pretty good option if you're gonna eat out. You can go with like a chicken breast and rice, and I'll tell you what, it's probably a hell of a lot cheaper than going and getting your double Big Mac meal for $15. So there's no excuse to be gaining weight because you have a life. But at the same time, I'm the one that's been saying there's no excuse to be losing weight either or not maintaining your goals. So it's slightly hypocritical, and I have 100% let stress and everything else take over my life the last few weeks. Last few weeks have been insane, and there's really no excuse for it. I mean, I can come up with a ton of excuses for it, but I'm not going to use them because it's not valid. I don't feel good about the way that I look. I feel good about the way that I feel. I don't feel good about the way that I feel. That makes a lot of sense. I just don't feel good about the balance I have in my life right now, or really what's been going on, the way I look, my training, anything about it at all. So tonight, it is the first day of the month. So it is October 1st. So after I eat this, I'm going to sit down here and write down some goals. Short-term goals, long-term goals. And this is one of the best things that you can do for actually achieving your goals. And because we all get caught up in, I'm going to do this. You don't put a time frame in place. You don't put a plan in place. So you're just like, be like me sitting here and saying, okay, I want to make $1 million. Well, that's great. How are you going to do it? That's what matters. Why are you going to do it, and how are you going to do it? Because I can tell you any goal in the world. I want to be 250 pounds and shredded. That's actually not one of my goals at all. I want to be 220 pounds and shredded. Okay. Well, when do I want to be there? How am I going to do it? And like, why do I want to achieve it? I have to give myself another purpose, because like, without a purpose, you're not going to be motivated to achieve it. So one of my goals, for instance, which I've talked about a lot, is I want to buy a house. And I'm going to do that in the next 6 months. And that is as of today. And I'm putting this on the internet as my goal. Because if I tell you guys my goals, if you tell people your goals and you talk with them, you're way more likely to follow through them. And that is just hands down the facts. You tell your best friend that you want to, I don't know, your girlfriend, let's say you're overweight. You're 220 pounds. You want to be 200. And you say, I'm going to be 200 pounds in 6 months. And you get them to hold you accountable for that. And how are you going to do it? Well, very simply, break it down. You have to lose 20 pounds over 6 months. How many pounds do you have to lose a month? Figure that out. And then from there, do weekly check-ins. Okay, so your month in, you're down to, let's say, 215. So you're down to 215 pounds. And you're doing weekly check-ins, everything's good. And all of a sudden, you're back to 217. Well, analyze what you did, change it, and then get back on track to get meeting your goals. You just let things go and you're like, oh, I'll be there. That's just an arbitrary, it just doesn't mean anything. I'll get there eventually. That doesn't motivate you to do something. You can see yourself fall back. So let's say you want to buy a house and you have $10,000 down payment. Let's say I have $2,000 saved up in an account. It slowly builds. Well, if I want to have that in 6 months or 5 months, because that's an easier way to doing the math, I need to save $2,000 per month. Let's go with that. Hypothetically speaking, to have a down payment. That was not enough for, well, anyway, we're just going to stick with numbers. This is an example. So let's say you have to save $2,000 a month. Well, let's say 1 month. So how do you do that? So you have to save $500 a week. So every week when you get your paycheck, you put $500 into that. You can't break it down to those little things. Or every paycheck, yeah, let's say it's once a week. I take $500 and put it in that account before I do anything else. You just say, oh, I'm sure the money will be there at the end of the month. It's not going to be there. It's just not going to be there. The same way that if you say, oh, I'm going to lose 6 pounds, I'm going to lose 8 pounds a month. Well, break it down and do, I want to lose 2 pounds every week. And you'll be more accountable for it. And if you mess up 1 week, you can mess up 1 week, that's fine. It's a lot easier to fix as you're doing small increments. Hopefully that makes sense. But ultimately what I'm saying is write down your goals, come up with a plan to do it, and keep yourself honest. Keep yourself honest about if you're actually getting there. Because if you don't do that, then it's a complete waste of time, to be honest. And most people want to achieve their goals, but they don't. You have to be accountable. That's just life. Because unless you get lucky, which, yeah, in financial stuff, sometimes you get lucky. That's just, it happens. But physique-wise, you don't get lucky. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't happen. You have your genetics. That part, yeah, you have a little bit of luck. You have your genetics, and what you do with them is up to you. So nobody can sit here and tell you that nobody else can lose 20 pounds for you. Somebody's going to give you $1 million. Probably not going to happen, but it's possible. Like, there's a possibility that you can become rich and do absolutely... No, I'm not really going to say that. Or you can inherit a ton of money, whatever. That is a possibility, okay? It is possible. Unlikely for most people. But you will not get the physique you want if you don't work for it. Hands down. So, and yes, you need to make a living and be able to support yourself at the same time. So, come up with plans, come up with a reasonable way to do it, and don't let it take over your entire life. You have to live a life as well, or you're not going to stick to it either, because other things in life may be equally or more important. So, tonight, this is actually something my instructor was talking about today. Write down short-term, long-term goals, and the best results I ever got with my physique, with sports, with finances, with anything, was when I wrote down my goals and had a plan. So right now I'm sitting down, I'm going to write down all my goals. I'm going to come up with a plan on how to do it and hold myself accountable for it. It's the beginning of a month. There's no excuses. Now, you have to be realistic with your goals too. If you're 250 pounds and you're overweight and you're 6 feet tall, don't say you want to be at 200 pounds in 2 months. That's not realistic. You're not going to stay there. If you get there, it's going to be unhealthy and you're not going to be able to maintain it. Probably. Same way if I say, let's say you make $25,000 a year, you say you currently have $10,000 of debt, and you say I want to have $25,000 saved up at the end of next year. It's just, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen, and everybody knows that. Now, maybe your goal, if you're really, really like strict about your finances, this would even be a hard stretch. I want to be debt free in a year. That would be a more realistic goal. So come up with a realistic goal that you actually think you can achieve. What you think is easy to achieve, go slightly above. Yeah, be a higher achiever. Like go for more than maybe the average. Set your goals high, but something that's still obtainable. That is ultimately the goal. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I'm sorry, this is just kind of a rant because I need to kind of convince myself that I can do all this too. Because lately, I'll be honest, I haven't been doing this. I haven't been a good example of this at all. I messed up a lot of things lately. I did not have a plan. And literally, what I did is I went out on a Monday and I had a goal that I was going to have a job by Friday or be hired by Friday. And people are like, well, that's kind of unrealistic, whatever. I had 2 job offers by Friday. Guess what? All you have to do is go out and do what you say you're going to do. That's it. Come up with a plan on how you're going to do it and go do it. It's literally that simple. So now I'm going to write down a plan on how to achieve. I'm going to tell you some of them right now, but I'm going to tell you all the details, but I'm actually going to plan all these out and how I'm going to achieve them. I'm going to have it in writing, have it on my phone, I have it on a piece of paper that I'm going to see every day. Pin it up on the wall. Actually keep looking at it. Remind yourself this is what you want to do. Because I guarantee you it's going to be worth a lot when you actually get there. And you'll be happier. And you'll feel good about it. You'll feel good about achieving something. It'll motivate you to keep pushing forward in life and get farther ahead, essentially. So, just, yeah, of course, like, just when you get somewhere, you want to keep going. But wherever you are now is where you are. You cannot change it. So, right now, I'm going to go with my physique. Right now, I'm only 200 pounds. And I don't look the way I want to look at all. So, what's my goal? I want to get to 210 pounds in the next. I want to be a lean 210 pounds again in the next 6 weeks. Okay, like, and that's not that hard for me. I've been there before, so it's not unrealistic. If I told you I want to be 230 and shred in the next 6 weeks, like, no, it's not gonna happen unless I take a shit ton. Unless I like go go to a pharmacy, meet a drug dealer or whatever, which I'm not gonna do. So obviously that's not. If that's your goal, you have to have a realistic plan to get there. I'm not willing to do that, so that's not a realistic goal for me. So ultimately what it boils down to, set a realistic goal. When you get there, appreciate it, be happy with it. Not appreciate it, but celebrate it. Be happy that you achieved it, and then reset goals to keep moving forward. And it's a steady climb. You keep moving in the right direction. So that being said, my goals, physique-wise, like I just said, 210 pounds, 10% body fat. I'd be there in about 6 weeks. No, I will be there in 6 weeks. Financially, the biggest one is I want to have a down payment. I want to be able to purchase a home in the next 6 months. Now, that being said, that maybe I will be prepared to buy one in 6 months. How about that? Because my girlfriend has a placement for becoming a paramedic. So if she gets placed outside of the city, then we might rent a place together versus buy a place over there, because that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But be financially in this position that I could purchase a home at any point after the next 6 months. So that's my financial goal. So, and then relationship goals. Honestly, spend more time with the people that I love and patch up some relationships that I really haven't done a good. I really just haven't been there for people the way I should be, and haven't been exactly honest about what I want to do in life. And kind of been just selfish, honestly. So, fix some of those things as well, which I'm not going to get 100% into because those are personal issues that I don't want to talk about. I'm not going to put them on the internet because it's really none of your guys' business. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. So set goals for different aspects of your life, short-term, long-term, and a goal to get, and a plan of how you're going to get there. And a plan that's easy to follow. Like, let's say, like, yeah, you guys can figure that out. You guys are decently smart for the most part, I'm assuming. So anyway, that being said, I appreciate the support. What are some of your guys' goals? If you don't mind sharing, let me know in the comment section down below. And I'm going to sit here, finish my food that's getting cold, write down my goals and my plan to get there. And then I'm going to basically start and go to bed. So anyway, I hope you guys are all having a great week. I appreciate all the support. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon.